My name's Marielle. I'm 30 years old and I've been diving for 12 years.
So have you been trained in any efforts towards coral restoration and preservation?
Yeah, I used to do a lot of coral restoration. I lived in Roatan, Honduras for many years and I worked with the Bay Islands Conservation Association, volunteered and worked with them, doing coral reef surveys, a lot of fish surveys, volunteered with the Roatan Marine Park doing research and surveys for them as well. And I've always kind of been involved in Canada, where I'm from. I've worked with Environment Canada doing freshwater monitoring, so it's been something I've been involved with for a long time.
Have you noticed sort of a large change in coral colonies over the years? And can you just go over that change if you have?
Yeah, I guess so. I have noticed changes, but the most significant change I've noticed is in the past few years in Roatan, where I was, is the stone and coral tissue disease.
Okay.
And that was a huge change from, I think it was 2 years ago to last year.
Okay.
The hard corals were pretty devastated there, and I guess that's been happening all over the Caribbean, but it kind of reached there last year, and we've really noticed it, and it's very sad to see. You can actually see the disease taking over the hard corals. So.
And how has that affected the marine life of the region?
It's hard to say right now because it's so recent. I couldn't tell a change in marine life from one year to the next with that, but I know research has shown the general trend is that there's a reduction in fish species and other corals, but specific to that disease, I'm not sure.
Okay, so what do you think the biggest threat to corals are, and do you often see tourists having a large effects on coral?
I think one of the biggest things, I mean there's so many different factors, but one of the largest ones is water treatment.
Okay.
So in a lot of places where we have beautiful coral reefs, there isn't a lot of water management, so water treatment plants, so our wastewater is going directly into the ocean. So that's quite sad and it's quite devastating for corals there.
Okay. And are there any specific pollutants, would you know, that really affect the coral?
Like the wastewater, so polluted water is a huge one. And then, I mean, there's the general, as our oceans are warming, there's coral bleaching, that's huge as well. Specific pollutants, I'm not an expert on, so I'm not sure, but you can see the general trends that they are suffering quite a lot.
Cool. So what efforts do you think can be made to help preserve the coral, and what can sort of the average diver do to help?
Sure. So I think, personally, I think it's a larger scale efforts that need to be made. I think cruise ships are really devastating the coral reefs, so more governance on those sort of issues, like water treatment, like I was saying, on preserving areas, that's up to more of a government level, I would say. But what we can do individually is the choices we make, like sunscreen, for example, and just our practices, like reducing our plastic use, reducing our consumption overall is all going to help. Choosing which fish we eat more wisely, so choosing fish that are okay to eat and not having the ones that are more endangered or on the list of fish that you shouldn't eat, that's really big. And just trying to reduce as much as we can, so walking instead of driving every little bit. If everyone makes a little bit of an effort, we can make a change.